What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Going to be showing off Stéphane Ivanoff's North American International Championship winning Zoroark Dewgong deck in this stream VOD video. If you're catching this on YouTube, make sure to check me out on twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live every single weekday. In fact, we did see that Let Loose pretty much ran the show at the North American International Championships. Every Pikarom deck was running at least one, often two copies of Let Loose Marshadow, and that just is one of the reasons that the Pikarom deck is so strong, is its ability to utilize that Let Loose Marshadow effectively and set up on the first turn of the game, then let loose the opponent. Maybe sometimes popping out that Wobbuffet to stop the opponent from using their own Prism Star abilities like Tapu Koko Prism Star. Just really an aggressive format, relying on that quick turn one setup. And then with Dedenne-GX in format as well, you can play your supporter, Dedenne-GX, then let loose, meaning that you have some very explosive turn ones. Zoroark deck that Stéphane piloted to a championship win did not use Let Loose Marshadow, but did effectively use Judge to limit the opponent's hand. And I think that next format, we're going to see a lot of players employing strategies to limit their opponent's hands without Let Loose Marshadow, right? Because Let Loose is leaving us, so we do have to think about how are we going to be limiting opponent's hand. We do have Reset Stamp coming out in Unified Minds. Reset Stamp is a interesting card that allows you to shuffle your opponent's hand back into their deck, and then they draw an amount of cards for the amount of prizes they have left. So it's kind of like a one-sided N. It's a cool card, but I don't think that it necessarily has the same power or impact as Let Loose Marshadow, since Let Loose is both a draw card and an effective disruption card. So let's see what we got here on this side. I'm thinking that we're just going to Ultra Ball and look for a Lele and Lele for a Lillie here to get an explosive turn one, because we kind of need a lot of setup. So thinking that I can Ultra Ball away the Judge and the Persian, and we're going to go get Lele, probably Lele for Lillie, and then we're going to shuffle some of this action back into the deck. So let's go probably Pal Pad. Yeah, shuffle the Judge back in. We're going to go Rescue Stretcher, shuffle the Persian back in, then Choice Band, and here we go. So this is going to get us the biggest draw here, turn one, that we could have possibly got. What's up, J Carr, Pokedad? How we doing in the chat? Thank you guys for joining us on this awesome Tuesday morning. Appreciate it. All right, and we've got a Lillie for 6. I don't really want to commit that DCE yet, so I'm not gonna, because it could go badly. So we do have Zorua. I can Pokecom my Marshadow, probably get a Ditto. Seems the best. Excelente. And then next turn, we have got double colorless, a guaranteed Zoroark, and a probable Judge is what we're looking at. So go ahead there, sir. And this is looking a little bit sketchy, just because these, these Zapdos decks can be so quick and aggressive. What's up, Cowboy? Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub, Cowboy. And, yeah, them going first, also a huge boost for them. Zapdos going first in this matchup means that they're going to get an easy Guzma on my Ditto. And it's going to be kind of tough for me to deal with this deck without the use of Muk's Power of Alchemy ability here. So we're going to have to try and weather the storm. They're going to have access to Stellar Wish the entire time. This version of the Zoroark deck is not using the Grimer in the deck, so we are just going to get kind of run around by whatever Zapdos wants to do. Jolteon is a target that I could potentially take out maybe with Persian-GX later in the game, but no Muk, and we've got to get a full bench here in order to take this upcoming knockout on the Zapdos. What's up, Sir Pandage? Thank you for joining us this morning. JW's wedding was nice. Thank you for asking. I ended up going to my good friend JW's wedding. Instead of the North American International Championships this year. See, we do have 2 trades, so that's good. I think we start off by trading away that Muck. That is not going to be very useful for us. And wow, I mean, we just got all the Pokemon we need, so that's very good. We've got Seel, and then I can actually just ping these Jirachis with Giratina and Dewgong, which is super interesting. So if they don't play Mew, that is going to be an option that we have available to us. So I think that we just go with another Zorua here, and then probably set up the Zoroark, and I'm just going to continue trading here to just increase my hand size, since I am going to need energy flow, in order to keep up attacking here. So that's fine, and just barely getting through there. All of these ball search cards in the deck proving to be very useful for the deck. I mean, the consistency is just kind of oozing out of this deck. We can see that even with the judge to 4 cards and just 1 trade, we were able to draw into the Pokemon that we needed in order to deal 120 damage there to knock out that Zapdos, which is super crucial. Now, my opponent realizes that the Dewgong is a threat, and they may go for my Seel here, which is fine. I can nest ball for another Seel. I really only need 1 Dewgong throughout the course of the game in order to take double prize knockout on these Jirachis combined with the Giratina. So it's kind of going to be what I'm looking to do here. Thank you, J-Car, for those bits. And we've got Havoc in the chat. Howdy, Mahone. Happy I could make a morning stream. What are your thoughts on Silvally GX as a card in post-rotation? So, post-rotation, Silvally GX, obviously the card is paired with Zoroark right now and does benefit from having some kind of other attackers to jive with and help search out the memory cards. I think we are losing a couple memories with rotation, right? Are we losing fighting memory with rotation? If we are losing fighting memory, I'm not sure if we are. I forget what set fighting memory is, but I feel like fighting memory might have come out with the first Silvally GX, and I think the reason that, let's see, Silvally fighting memory does rotate, right? Yeah, fighting memory is getting rotated, so we do have that to worry about. Let's see, we've got Zoroarks. We had our Meowth knocked out. Not Meowth. Too soon, Meowth. Too soon. All right, we're not knocking this thing out with a Zoroark. So, I mean, we could just promote the Zoroark with a DC, and that's probably fine. Cool. So, we've got Nest Ball. We've got Seel. They've got 4 prizes remaining. I think we just trade away the Seel. That'll probably be fine. I've got Guzma and DCE. I can trade away. The Guzma's good. The triple's good. Just trade away the Nest Ball, to be honest. And continue going there. I kind of like everything else. Looking for a Dewgong here. So I think I just play down everything and just hit into the Jolteon. That's probably okay. I could go and set up, probably need to hit into the Jolteon, yeah. Could go and set up a Meowth. I mean, let's take a look at the deck here. We don't have another Meowth. We only play 1, I think. So that's not an option for us. The resetting hole could be good, but not really going to do that. Just going to set up probably my Zorua here, which is already in hand. And I'm not going to put another energy into play because then they could use Tapu Koko GX. They did not Swift Run or anything. All right. We do need to be careful of that because if I do put maybe a second DC into play, it's kind of like a big setup for my opponent to just go Tapu Thunder GX for an easy knockout on Zoroark-GX, and then they only need to take 2 more prizes. So, back to the question though, Silvally GX I think has potential maybe when paired with Persian-GX. I've been thinking a little bit about like these cards that, oh, I was gonna say I'm not on the I'm not on Sledgehammer yet. Please no. These cards that were really good with Zoroark-GX, where do they go without Zoroark-GX, right? I think that Persian-GX is still a very strong Pokemon and will continue to see play. I think it's possible to build some sort of Persian-GX toolbox deck that relies on using Persian-GX and the Catwalk ability to search out various combos in order to counter things, right? So I think it's possible to maybe build some sort of counter box featuring Persian-GX. They're using Escape Rope here. I think I just feed them another Zoroark. He's got the most amount of hit points. Seems pretty good. So that is a possibility. I think Persian-GX does remain very good. Whether or not Silvally GX remains as relevant without the fighting memory is to be determined. I think losing fighting memory is really bad for Silvally GX for sure. And that I'm not exactly sure that the card can kind of withstand that kind of hit, since it was just able to, let's see here, I think we just go with the Guzma and Dual Blizzard. Yeah, that's probably the jam. Let's do some trades here first, though, and trade away Nest Ball. And because I don't want to play into the Sledgehammer, so I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna do that. Let's trade away the Giratina as well. And we've got Poipole. There we go. Cool. We've got another Zoroark, actually, so we can just trade again. And we can see the amazing hand advantage, right? It's just so incredible in this deck, for sure. Let's just trade away Poipole. And I said trade away Poipole. Let's go. Sick. We've got multiple Guzmas on deck. We'll evolve that Seel into a Dewgong and hit both of these Jirachis here. 460. I think I want to bring up. It's just like you snipe anybody, right? Discard 2 energy, does 60 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. No Mew in sight. We're not going to be able to knock out the Jolteon. Yep, so we just go Guzma up, the Buzzwole, a Dewgong, and then we Dual Blizzard. Those 2 guys. Cool. So this is another thing that's really cool about the Zoroark deck, especially with the Dewgong. You can use Dual Blizzard in combination with Giratina to set up knockouts, and then you can use things like Naganadel-GX's Stinger GX to bring you and your opponent both down to 3 prizes, and then take your, then finish Pokemon off with either Dual Blizzard or Giratina's Distortion Door, things like that. So you can kind of play this chess game, and that's why a lot of the players were calling this like the Zoro checkmate deck, right? Because you can kind of set up a checkmate scenario with the Naganadel-GX and Persian's Catwalk ability as well. So we've got a big turn ahead here. We can actually take 4 prizes and completely skip around pretty much everything they would want to do, which is kind of cool, but we're not winning the game yet. So it is kind of sketch because they do only have 2 prizes remaining, but that's fine. Okay, carry on. So yeah, we've got Giratina. We can Distortion Door, do that. That's probably the way here. So let's just bring that bad boy out, and we're going to do 10 damage to both of those. Take 2 prizes there, which is great. And then we do need to Guzma in order to take out that Jolteon as well. Just remove the energy from play. So let's trade away the Persian. It's fine. Not going to end up using that Persian. We can also trade away the Field Blower is probably fine. Trade away Ultra Ball is probably fine. We'll just trade away probably the Lillie at this point in my hand. Oh, apparently I have game in hand. That's insane. Dewgong. Thank you, chat. Here we go. We just knock out the Jolteon and the Kartana. I always forget that Kartana has only got like 70 hit points. So that's an insane, that was a 5-prize turn. Let's go. That was insane. Zoroark-GX getting in there. Dewgong setting up some real swifty plays there with Giratina as well. Kartana only having 70 hit points means that we can just go in there, Choice Band, knock out the Jolteon GX and the Kartana in one fell swoop. The Giratina pinging both bench Jirachis, and that is the North American International Championship winning deck, and we can see for good reason. Dewgong really putting in a lot of heavy lifting in that matchup. Dual Blizzard, absolutely insane. The combo with Giratina, we saw that come into play as well. Distortion Door helping the math on Jirachis. Definitely a big brain deck to play, but we can see how powerful it is when it sets up. And definitely a top tier deck. Zoroark going to be missed by many heading into next format. It is rotating here in August. Not going to be legal for this year's World Championship. So I'm looking forward to seeing how players respond to Zoroark's absence in our upcoming standard format.